Hi and welcome back. How about we do best budget skincare this week? Cleansers. I've always said that cleansers are one of the categories within skincare that you can get really great products on the high street. And to be honest, these are even better than any I'd previously used. I seriously love what's happening with high street cleansers at the moment. This video is partly sponsored by Superdrug as part of my ongoing partnership, but I've got other products and ranges here towards the end as well. But I want to start by two things that I've mentioned already, and that is MITT Plus at Superdrug is an amazing range of active-led boosters. So you've got things like hyaluronic acid and really interesting products, squalene. Essentially what you've got is you've got really reasonably priced skincare boosters, normally in tiny little droppers, and you'll see them in so many of my, they were in my Superdrug beauty box as well. So I had the hyaluronic acid booster originally, but now they've gone into cleansers and I'm loving these cleansers. Seriously, really loving them. I've already mentioned it before. My favourite one obviously is the MITT Plus Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser, and that's because it's loaded with hyaluronic acid, which is really gently hydrating. You've got really gentle, mild surfactants, get rid of every scrap of makeup, I promise you. It's a gorgeous, gentle rinse-off cleanser morning and night. Could be a second cleanser at night, but honestly, with a microfiber cloth, and I'm going to talk about some microfiber cloths as well, from Revolution. They're all white, which is kind of nice. This just gets rid of everything. It's absolutely lovely, but also then it gives your skin a big hit of niacinamide and also ceramides as well. And ceramides help repair your barrier function. So what you've got is got all the gentle cleansing and the reparative action of ceramides, and then the kind of calming barrier repair function of niacinamide. Go and get acquainted. It's a gorgeous, creamy, rinse off, low foam cleanser. It's just absolutely brilliant. Definitely the best cleanser that I've used this year. There is also within the range something that isn't necessarily for my skin type, but there's a salicylic acid cleanser, obviously for skin more prone to blemishes and breakouts. Brilliant first cleanser for any teenagers out there that've got problematic skin. Any adult that's got sort of ingrown maybe beard hairs, if you're a guy, a little bit of maskne, or even if you're older and you're going through a slight hormonal roller coaster and your skin is starting to break out. It's 2% salicylic acid, so a really gentle introduction percentage of salicylic acid. And because it's such reasonable value for money, it can be used all over the body. So brilliant for chest breakouts, back check breakouts, anything that you're really conscious of in the summer. If you suddenly think, I've got to wear maybe a sleeveless top or a backless top or something like that, you know, and you basically are concerned that you've got body breakouts where all your skin's been covered up in woolies over the winter, go and check it out. Honestly, I love everything that MITT Plus is doing. It's going from strength to strength. Let me jump on actually to two other products that are available in Superdrug, but they are available elsewhere as well. Revolution have gone into cleansing mitts. That's a pack of 3 microfiber little tiny cleansing cloths. So you've got more of what I would call a flannel look-alike. I mean, to be honest, they're slightly smaller than a flannel, but that's all you need. They're double-sided. They work really well. They come in a pack of 3 as well. They also do a microfiber kit. And let me show you what's in the kit. And these are relatively new to Revolution. I love Revolution. I'm always talking about how great Revolution is, aren't I? So you've got a double-sided face mitt. Some people do prefer mitts. I tell you what, they are really good for getting your back. If you use the back of your hand like that, let me show you like that, and like that, because it's double-sided, you can reach between the shoulder blades. So they're great for bodies, they are. And then there's a mini mitt for the face, which I really love. And then there's a tiny little finger mitt. Instantly my voice went higher. I call it a 2-finger mitt, and that's actually for eyes, to be using with micellar waters. I mean, as usual, I'm saying it again and again and again, Revolution are smashing it in lockdown. They really are. That entire set would be enough for most people. You could just rotate them and wash them. You stick them in the washing machine, they come up lovely and clean. What else is available? Well, HADA LABO, I've long loved this brand, but the product I love that I'm really getting into this summer is the Gentle Hydrating Cleanser All-in-One. And this is more of a richer cream cleanser. So there you go. Look, I've been testing eyeliners there. That's the richer cleanser. Let me show you the MITT Plus Hyaluronic Cleanser. There you go. So this is very slightly richer, but this is a beautiful lightweight gel cream, and there's the thicker, there's the difference. So that's the HADA LABO, and that's the Superdrug MITT Plus one. They're both really, really, really good cleansers. Needless to say, obviously, how good that is. I don't know what I've got makeup on the back of my hand for. I mean, as in face makeup, but look at that. Even without water, look. But look how the skin is hydrated and softened and not dehydrated at all. In fact, it almost looks like it's been moisturised. Great, great, great products. They really are good. Also available from Revolution, actually, which launched at the same time as all the microfiber mitts. I'm really loving their Hydration Boost Cleanser, which has shea butter in. This is going even richer in texture. Beautiful for dry skins, really lovely, rinse off, reasonably priced. All of these products, actually, the salicylic acid is a gel. The other three are creams, but they turn to milk in water really easily, so they rinse off really easily. If I'm going to compare this Revolution one, it's most like the HADA LABO one, but all of them are really reasonably priced. And I always say, it's very interesting, I always say that you need to save your money when it comes to a really good cleanser, simply because it doesn't spend that much time in contact with your skin, so it is literally rinsing away. But by the same token, always choose a gentle cleanser. Don't choose a harsh cleanser or a solid soap bar or anything like that. Choose something that's pH balanced, has a nice hit of hyaluronic acid and ceramides, is really, really gentle, because then your serums and everything you use after has less work to do because you haven't overstripped your skin. Q&A is an interesting one, available from supermarkets, Sainsbury's, Holland & Barrett. They've got a really nice range that's active lead at the moment, and this is a hyaluronic acid cleanser, and as a result you'd think it would be more like the Superdrug one or the HADA LABO or the Revolution, but actually this isn't. This is a gel cleanser, and it's a clear gel cleanser like that. So it's more of a traditional rinse off foaming cleanser, more of a morning cleanser, I would say. Really lovely, hydrating, not heavily foaming. It's a nice one, but again, you would need a microfiber cloth to get your makeup off with it, but it hydrates the skin beautifully. You know, guys and teenagers are going to love that. They're going to get that good deep clean with it. It's a nice one to use for problematic skin. Maybe if you use the salicylic cleanser from Me Plus Superdrug once a day, you could use that as an alternative. So what you've got is a lovely rinse off gel cleanser that doesn't strip the skin, but is more cleansing than the hyaluronic acid creamy base ones. Then I've got two that I want to talk about. One is CUREL, Korean range that's based around ceramides, so it's all about repairing your barrier function. So now we're going into cleansers that are more useful for older skin, drier skin, dehydrated skin, or chronically dry skin. And this is about the third one that I've been using. As I get older, this is a really interesting one. Now, what's interesting about this is it looks like the Q&A hyaluronic one in that it's a gel, but it's really not. It's a melting oil gel. Seeing is believing with this. You've got to actually go on counter and test and try this. This isn't water-based. This is almost like a melting oil gel. It gets rid of every single scrap of makeup. It's beautiful, absolutely lovely. Without a doubt, one of my favourite products within the CUREL range. It really is. Look, I've got one clean hand, and then I obviously test, because I'm right-handed, I obviously test everything on my left hand. And then finally, the most rich product available on the market for the high street that is really, really lovely and has such a cult following is, I do like the Oat Cleansing Balm from the INKEY list. And this is one for chronically dry and dehydrated skins. Let me show you the texture of it. The sort of people that love this, and this is much more of a cleansing balm, but in a tube, is people who wear a lot of makeup, wear an SPF every single day, want to break it down, then want to go on to maybe a second cleanse, which any of the gels would work here, would work really well. But also people who have chronically dry skin conditions, and they just need a balm cleanser, and they want that sort of soothing. You can see instantly that it is absolutely a balm. Although it doesn't have to be warmed and melted the way it would in a pot, that's 100% a balm cleanser. And it's a really lovely one. It's one I use sometimes in winter if I'm wearing a lot of makeup and I've been filming and I feel like my skin has been overly cleansed and overly stripped and slightly irritated. It's instantly calming. It's got those beta glucans in, those oat extracts in that calms the skin, but also it's super, super, super moisturising. It's really lovely. So let's go through them because they are all reasonably priced, but I'm going to go from products that are most suitable for oily problematic skin right the way through to driest skin. So obviously the Me Plus Salicylic Cleanser, 2% salicylic acid, says it all. really gentle on the skin, but actually that salicylic acid as beta hydroxy acid deep dives into your pores, can be used all over your body. Team it with the Revolution MITT. It can be used on your back, on your chest, on your arms, anywhere that you're getting breakouts and you're a little bit conscious before summer, but also teenagers are going to absolutely love it. So that's my first one for oily skin. And then I think, what would I use? I would recommend the Q&A as the next step up for that. It doesn't have the same level of active, so it doesn't have the salicylic acid, but it could be still used around teenagers with problem breakout skin, oilier skin, shiny prone skin. This is a really nice gentle way to tackle oilier skin, probably not prone to breakouts. Then working up, what would I recommend next? I would recommend 3 here now that've got a really, really similar finish. I would probably recommend the Me Plus Hyaluronic Acid for normal, well-balanced, healthy skin types, but also as a really gentle second step cleanser after a balm, or a perfect first step cleanser for anybody that has normal skin. Normal, well-balanced, happy skin, loaded with ceramides, loaded with hyaluronic acid. It's very, very, very similar to 2 other ones that I want to show you. And that's the HADA LABO one with hyaluronic acid, and that's the wrong way around. Sorry, you can barely see the writing on that. And the Revolution one, which is the one with shea butter. So we're going up in terms of richness now. And then for skin that is drier, more prone to irritation when washing, probably prone to a little bit of redness and sensitivity, definitely the CUREL Intensive Moisture Care Makeup Cleansing Gel. And then finally, if you love a balm, but you want one that doesn't break the bank, isn't fragrance, is loaded with calming oat extracts of beta-glucan for sensitive skin and very dry skin, definitely look at the INKEY List Oat Cleansing Balm. And I think all of those come in under £10. I'm going to double check that, but they certainly are very, very, very reasonably priced. And then finally, have a look at the 2 sets of microfiber cloths from Revolution. So you've got the set of 3 microfibers, and then you've got the cleansing mitts. Look at that. Isn't that just the sweetest thing ever? Back in the day when I had a Tressie or a Barbie, I'd have loved that. I'd have probably cut that into a little sort of mini dress or a mini skirt for her. I'd have stolen that from my mum, and that's what I'd have done with it. Anyway, there you go. That's my roundup of absolutely the best, not a duff product amongst them. High street cleansers, budget cleansers for all price points and all skin types. And what's interesting about all of them is I would happily put them all on the side and use every single one of them depending on how my skin feels on each particular day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll put all the details of all the products down below.